Good morning, this is FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. We're at Surfaces here in the desert in June, and I've just run into Geoff Gordon, Executive Director with Fuse Alliance. Geoff, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Kemp. Good to see you.
Good to talk to you. Yeah, you're focused in the commercial business. You're here at somewhat of a residential show, but I guess if the industry's going to come together, you're going to come too, right?
I'm going to come too, and I'm so glad to be out as opposed to all these Zoom meetings and everything else we've done. So it's great to see people face to face.
The show just opened, so what are you thinking about traffic?
Well, my first thought when I checked in last night, there was nobody in line at the counter, which I found interesting because normally you wait forever. Obviously, when I walked in the door this morning, there's people walking around, which is great, but the footprint of the show is much smaller, and a lot of the big suppliers are not here.
All right, but you were telling me, it's one of the reasons I wanted to do this interview, that business, the commercial sector, is actually ramping up faster than some had thought. Talk about that.
It's actually been surprising. So we finally got our hard first quarter numbers in, and we were expecting to be down about 8 or 9%. The industry commercially was down 17%. It turned out with our core suppliers, we were up 2%. So we were very surprised by that because last year, 2020, first quarter was a very good quarter for us. So now we're moving into second quarter. We have much softer comps that we're coming up against, but more importantly, our members have gotten very busy, and I would tell you that we're more optimistic now than we were a month ago, 2 months ago. And of course, we have price escalation, we have delivery issues, we have labor challenges, and they're all substantial headwinds. But for whatever reason, it's really not impacting our bidding and our bookings. So we had originally forecast 10% growth for the year, which we thought was very aggressive, but I think we have a shot at it. And we're starting to track our numbers against 2019 because really 2020 is a giveaway year. And I think we have a chance of equaling what we did in 19, which would be a huge achievement.
In this year, 21.
In 21.
Because I just was interviewing John Stevens the other day. You know, he's shifted over to the residential side, but he was talking about where he thought 22 was going to be, you know, the year where it all leveled out. Anyway, so it's good to hear that. The size of your organization now, have you been bringing on new members?
Yeah, we have. We've added, I believe, 6 more already this year, and we're talking to another 9 or 10. And I think just a lot of it is these independents with everything that's going on. You know, you've got consolidation that'll probably continue to happen at the manufacturing level. Now you have consolidation at our level, the contractor level. We've got all these issues with delivery and price and everything else. And I think they just feel they want to be part of a group where they're tuned into what's going on.
One of the things that's a big topic right now is the consolidation at the dealer level. We've got Diversify out there, Links out there, and then over on the builder side, we've got ADG out there. Are you having members call you and asking you if they should stay independent or should form one of these groups?
I wouldn't say it like that. We've had members that have been looking for an exit strategy. Some have found it sooner than later. Our group, like a lot of other groups, we have a lot of owners that are older now. There may not be an heir apparent to that business, so they're trying to find the best possible avenue for the business to continue. I do get calls and asked about can they be connected with some of these groups that are out there, and we will do that because we want what's best for them. I think what's interesting is a lot of people will say, well, this consolidation is not good for the contractor community. Is it going to affect individual members? These big companies, are they going to have an impact? And we don't see that. We think if anything, equity money coming into our side of the business, which is, a cash flow business, is a good thing. And people that don't want to be part of a larger corporation or equity entity, whatever it may be, they can start their own business. And we've seen that. So it's just ebb and flow, and I don't think it's going to have a negative impact on us at all.
I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of people think that they need to be part of this to be competitive. I've heard one person in particular say, Kemp, if I didn't join this group, I think I was going to get left behind. And actually, that's probably not the case, is it?
I don't think so at all. And our industry has been through this before with the consolidation, with DuPont and Interface and Shaw, back in the 90s. And, you look how that turned out. And not to say that this is the same situation, but the reality is in the commercial business, 75% of the specifications are controlled by the manufacturer. So it doesn't matter how big you are, how much geography you have. That doesn't mean you're going to be the person put in the best position to get a job when it goes out to bid. It's the company that has the relationship, has the expertise, and has the service. So as long as our members are delivering a good experience, not only to their customer, but to the supplier, they're going to be fine.
Let's talk one other thing that's a big news item, Spartan Surfaces being acquired by Floor & Decor. And that's on the commercial side of the business. That's an interesting play, isn't it?
It's a very interesting play, and I'm hoping to learn more about that while I'm here. But it just shows what our industry is. It's ever changing.
One last question. This business you're talking about that's ramping up faster than we thought it was going to, is it in any particular sector or just across the board?
Well, I don't want to say totally across the board because hospitality is still slow, although it's coming back. But, healthcare has been good all along. Education is not bad at all. On the corporate side, which everybody's been worried about, any movement in corporate creates opportunity. If somebody leaves a building, if somebody moves into a building, if they cut the spaces down, they're going to paint and put flooring in. So we see that as an opportunity. And I will say one other thing is geographically now, even the Northeast is picking up finally. Chicago's probably the one area that seems to be maybe the slowest, but business is picking up everywhere.
That's great to hear. All right, Geoff, thanks so much for spending time with us. Good to see you here at Surfaces. Again, we're talking to Geoff Gordon, Executive Director with Fuse Alliance, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.